The fear of Muslims overlooks the fact that our country has been deeply enriched by the influx of Muslims to America over the last 30 years. And in spite of the horrible killings at San Bernardino and Fort Hood, and what happened in New York City just a few days ago, the aggregate murder rate of Muslims is 1/3 that of the native born. How many people know that? If all your friends and neighbors knew it, would it make a difference? In a world where we're dominated by 10-second Snapchat and 140-character Twitter, where the very survival of newspapers depends upon their online advertising, which often depends upon how many retweets they get or whether their stories get on the television news nationally, if they're one of the big newspapers, or at the states, if they're state newspapers. The emotional triggers of bad news are far more profound and therefore more profitable than the good news, which it is nevertheless important for Americans to know in order to make good decisions. There's no question we don't need to have all these mass killings. No country on earth has anything like the number of mass killings we do. But we don't talk to each other. A lot of people are making a lot of money out of promoting paranoia, but we haven't found the language to overcome it. And we must. There's always going to be crazy people trying to kill people, I suppose, every now and then. But it's a miracle that man didn't kill hundreds of people. And the truth is that some people have concluded that the profits of being able to sell all the ammunition and weapons you can possibly cram into working families' limited budgets by making them terrified somebody's coming to get their guns, or worse, America having the highest gun violence death rate in the world by light years. And that's what happens if you make decisions based on emotion and ideology, not evidence, and when people don't talk enough to each other across the lines that divide them. Look, I grew up in a state, and I was governor of a state, where we had to close a lot of high schools on the first day of deer season because nobody was showing up anyway. And I get it. I know what it's like to live in a small rural area where the nearest law enforcement is an hour's drive away, and where you can't afford to take vacations and all you've got is hunting and fishing. I understand that. But if people understood that you acknowledged their culture and their desire to hunt, sports, shoot, and be able to protect themselves in case the police don't arrive, the cavalry's late, and then you could say, just please help us stop this.